SEC championship was ho-hum because most of us felt like Georgia was going to win the SEC championship, and they did not let us down. Number 1, Georgia stomped out number 14, LSU, 50-30. Wacky start to the SEC championship game. Of course, LSU's special teams let them down once again. And, shout out to Brian Kelly, who decided to bring one guy with him from Notre Dame, and that happened to be a special teams coach. Now we're looking at Brian Pulling going, yo, dog, I don't know if it's going to work out for next year because you can't be doing what y'all was doing against the Georgia Bulldogs and expect to come out there anything like a win. All right, so Georgia blocks the LSU field goal, and you can see that being run back right now on the screen if you are watching on the YouTubes. But it was that kind of game for Georgia, and frankly, that kind of game for LSU. Now, LSU's Jaden Daniels went out late. So did Georgia's Ladd McConkey, wide receiver with a head injury to the tent in the first half. Jaden Daniels just didn't look right going into halftime. Then Garrett Nussmeier comes out in the second half, and Garrett Nussmeier is absolutely slinging it. Now, before I got to Fox, one of the things that I would do is search out the 4- and 5-star recruits that were committed or about to commit to where they were going to go and ask them about their decisions to do this, right? So I get to talk to Garrett Nussmeier on the YouTube channel, and I get to ask a story about, him and his dad. His dad is the quarterback's coach for the Dallas Cowboys and famously was an offensive coordinator for Nick Saban at Alabama. And I'm going, hey, dog, you don't seem to have a check down in your game. It's RJ, the good Lord gave me a cannon. I'm gonna use it, dude. And that's what you saw. He came out absolutely going, no, we're down. What do we do when we're down? As the psychotherapist once asked, we run 4 verticals. We go 9-9-9 all the way down the field. He was loading up, hunting after Georgia secondary, and I really enjoyed that as he and Malik Neighbors seemed to have a really good kinship. I believe Malik had 5 catches for over 100 yards in this game, and Garrett Nussmeier absolutely came out slinging it and looked great. He is the future for LSU. I'm getting really giddy at the prospect of watching what he might be able to do in 2023. Hate that Jaden Daniels had to go out in this way, but we would be remiss if we didn't say without Jaden Daniels, LSU is not in a position to play for a conference championship in 2022. It's just that. That man just does not throw the ball to the other team. And I can't say enough good things about how hard that is to do while also throwing the ball down the field. Jaden Daniels is an outstanding quarterback. Also, Georgia's showing no mercy in this game because, well, we always ask this question, when does Georgia show up? They show up in the games with teams that have numbers next to their names, right? So LSU got a number next to their name, so they decide to drop 50 on them, just so everybody understands going into college football playoff selection Sunday, we are the number 1 team in the country. Can anyone beat Georgia